In 1587, more than 100 English settlers sailed across the Atlantic, chasing the dream of a new world. They built homes, planted crops, and raised families on a small island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. 3 years later, they were gone. No bodies, no signs of struggle, only one word carved into a tree: CROATOAN. This is the haunting mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke. The story begins with ambition and rivalry. England, under Queen Elizabeth I, was eager to challenge Spain's dominance over the New World. An English nobleman, Sir Walter Raleigh, received permission to establish a colony in the Americas. His goal? To plant the English flag on the other side of the Atlantic and secure glory, wealth, and power. The first attempt to settle Roanoke in 1585 failed. Harsh weather, limited supplies, and tense relations with local tribes forced the colonists to abandon the island. But Raleigh didn't give up. 2 years later, he tried again, this time under the leadership of Governor John White. In July 1587, 117 men, women, and children landed on Roanoke Island. Among them was John White's own daughter, Eleanor Dare, who soon gave birth to the first English child born in the world, Virginia Dare. For a moment, hope was alive. The settlers rebuilt the village, planted crops, and prepared for the winter ahead. But supplies ran dangerously low. So White sailed back to England to gather what his people desperately needed. He promised to return quickly, but fate had other plans. England was now at war with Spain. The Spanish Armada loomed, and every English ship was called into defense. John White's return to Roanoke was delayed, not by weeks, but by years. It wasn't until 1590, 3 years later, that he finally made it back to the island. But what he found was a nightmare. The settlement was empty. Houses were dismantled. No sign of life or death. Every tool, every weapon, every trace of the colonists had vanished. And then there was that single word carved into a wooden post: CROATOAN. White believed this was a clue. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island, home to a friendly native tribe. But a violent storm forced his ship to turn back before he could investigate. And so the mystery was sealed. The fate of 117 souls lost to time. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged. Some believe the settlers were killed by hostile tribes or disease. Others think they tried to sail back to England and were lost at sea. One of the most popular ideas is that they joined the CROATOAN tribe, blending in and surviving as part of native communities. Archaeologists have found hints of English tools and artifacts on nearby islands, but nothing definitive. Then there are the more chilling legends. Whispers of curses, witchcraft, and supernatural forces that haunted Roanoke. Some stories claim Virginia Dare herself became a spirit, the White Doe, doomed to wander the forests in North Carolina forever. In recent years, technology has breathed new life into this mystery. Satellite imagery, DNA analysis, and newly unearthed artifacts suggest that at least some of the colonists may have lived on Hatteras Island, once known as CROATOAN. Yet no mass graves or final settlements have been found. The trail remains faint, the answers elusive. What happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? Were they absorbed into native tribes? Did they perish quietly in the wilderness? Or was there something stranger, something that history has chosen to forget? All we know is this: the dream of a new world came at a terrible cost, and the word CROATOAN still stands as one of the most chilling enigmas ever carved into wood. More than 4 centuries later, Roanoke remains a mystery that refuses to die, a whisper from the past echoing across the waves of time. This is a story grid, where history's greatest mysteries come alive once again. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, subscribe and join us as we uncover more stories the world forgot, but time refused to erase.